has to be a combined effort in the school to have a very healthy, happy environment, a very healthy and happy culture. So schooling is not just about those four walls. Your children need to feel very happy coming inside. The schools have to be staff centric first, and the staff makes it student centric. The teachers make it student centric. Life is too short to keep crying or to keep grudges. Live your life to the fullest. Be happy, stay happy, and spread lots and lots and lots of happiness.
Welcome to Great Principles podcast, where we explore innovative strategies and ideas to foster positive changes in education. In today's episode, we delve into the crucial topic of the school culture and its role in sustainable school improvement. I'm your host, Seema Chhoriya, and I'm thrilled to be joined by an exceptional guest, Miss Kanika Anand. She's principal of Arise International School, Ravet, Pune. She's a renowned educator, passionate about transforming school cultures to create nurturing environments where students and educators thrive. Together, we will unravel the secrets of cultivating a sustainable school culture that propels education excellence. So let's dive in and discover how can we shape the future of education through the power of school culture. Welcome to Great Principles, ma'am. I'm super excited to be in conversation with you today.
Thank you for having me.
So, ma'am, the topic that you have chosen, it's very, very important given the fact today that it's not the school culture, but in fact the school climate, how we deal, how our educators deal, what is the infrastructure like, everything matters. As we all say, when you work, your mind functions better if you have the environment around you good. So we will understand on this in detail from you that how this culture and environment can be improvised and how slowly improvements can take place. But before that, ma'am, a little about you. What motivated you to join education segment? What has been your once upon a time? We would like to know that first.
Okay, all right. So, my journey has been quite simple, but of course unpredictable. When I was in school and college, to be honest, I never knew what I want from my life. So it was something which my father saw in me, and he kind of insisted me to go for B.Ed, which is one mandatory course for anyone to be a teacher. So since he insisted, I went for the program. I joined the course. Even then, I was not very sure that whether I want to be a teacher or not. But then when you have B.Ed classes, then you have to have some demonstration classes wherein you have to go to the school and teach for a month. Those are some kind of practicals, when you're doing the course and you have marks for that. So when I went to teach in the school, that is when it hit me that actually I was enjoying what I was doing. So I think that was my calling, and of course the credit goes to my father. So then I did start working as a teacher against leave vacancy in Army Public School Dakshai. Then I did join St. Luke's in a small. I come from a very small town from Himachal called Solan. So there I joined another school. Then I got married. I took a 6 years gap in my career, and became a mother of two boys. And then again I rejoined from teacher to HOD to the coordinator to vice principal and to the principal. So that is how my journey has been. Yeah.
Wow. So I'm sure, my dear listeners and especially dear mothers, you must have heard that how, in fact, after taking such a long break, ma'am actually reached to the top of her career. So whatever happens, keep going on. This is what we need to imbibe in our children also. That it's okay, bumps come in everyone's life. You need to stop at certain period, but then it doesn't mean that you cannot do anything. You can always make a comeback. So beautiful journey and great learnings from your journey for our viewers also. So moving ahead now, ma'am, to our topic of the day, that is school culture. So, ma'am, we would like to understand from you what is the importance of school culture in the development of students as well as in the improvement of educators around. How it is very, very crucial to ensure climate of everything, your classroom, your ambience, your building. So, what are the key points that needs to be kept in mind?
See, school culture is very, very important factor which we all need to take care of. And there are many factors which you need to look into when we talk about school culture or climate. right from your philosophies, your visions, your missions. And also I strongly believe that schooling has to be a very happy experience, not just for the students but also for the staff members, for the teaching, non-teaching, for your peons, for your stakeholders, for your parents. And it's something to do with having like-minded people with you. Just imagine a school wherein the teachers are not very happy, or maybe they have a bad day that day. So it's all infectious. As they say, smile is infectious, so the school culture climate also is infectious. If I am very sad from within, what am I going to transfer to my teachers, and what are teachers going to transfer to the students? So it has to be a combined effort in the school to have a very healthy, happy environment, a very healthy and happy culture. Whenever somebody joins, some people join out of passion, some people join out of because they are being forced to, some people join because they have some maybe some visions in their mind to get into school teaching, or maybe some have their own family responsibilities to get into. But when you have all these different people working together in an organization, that too when we are talking about the school wherein we cater to small children, right? So it becomes very, very important that once everybody is on board, you have to be in sync with each other. You all need to know your philosophies. What are you looking into? And it's very, very important to have a very healthy culture in school. So you were speaking about the infrastructure role when it comes to school climate and culture. We as educators keep talking about inclusivity. So in that case, we need to make sure that we are in inclusive school wherein we do have specially able children friendly infrastructure. That is one. We must have a lot of greenery around. School is not just about the four wall classroom wherein you have those set of blackboards. I'm sorry, I'm using the term blackboard. The blackboards used to be years back. Then came the green boards, and then came the white boards. But what exactly has changed in the four walls? It's just the boards and the color of the board. So schooling is not just about those four walls. Your children need to feel very happy coming inside. They should be in sync with the outside world as well. So you need to have a lot of plantation, a lot of greenery, a lot of play zone areas, a lot of reading zones, maybe anger free zones, or wherein you can punch in the bags and you get rid of your frustrations or whatnot. Not just for the students, I'm talking about the whole staff. So the culture has to be such wherein you have a lot of activities for your stakeholders as well. Whenever I've seen many a time that we talk about being a student centric school or organization, but I strongly believe that any education system or any school, if it needs to grow, it has to be the staff centric first. The school leaders are not the first connect with the students, the staff. So that is how the culture should be, and it's all infectious from one person to another person when you get to know it. And the school climate and culture also benefits, or helps in bringing a disciplined schooling environment wherein you don't have to tell anyone to do anything in a certain way. So everything gets inculcated and imbibed once you have that culture. Be it the culture of respecting each other, or being patriotic, or being helping, or being a leader, whatever it may be. So that is what I strongly believe in when you speak about school culture and climate, and that is, I think, the most important factor for any school to look into.
Absolutely, ma'am. So it's not only so about we talk about the buildings or the physical aspects. There is, of course, another part that you spoke about, the mutual feelings that we share with each other, how that also impacts the culture of the school. And you rightly said, that leaders are not the face of the school, the staff, the people, they run the school and they are the face of the school and they are the one who are actually building the culture of the school. So, as a principal, ma'am, How do you develop a learning culture amongst your staff and students? I would like to know that. Some real life stories or examples, if you could share with us.
See, I believe in one thing, and which is very very clear in my mind, that we as leaders try to be managers at times, and when we start managing things, there we go wrong. We don't need to be the managers, we need to be the leaders who create more leaders. So if you start managing and micromanaging each and everything, you somehow harm the creativity of your educators around, and be it all the stakeholders as well. And if you're harming the creativity of your staff, then imagine that how much creativity will be brought out from the students. So rather than being managers, we have to be the facilitators, mentors, guides for our staff, and give them a free hand. Let them make mistakes. We talk about students all the time. As in, I said that the schools have to be staff centric first, and the staff makes it student centric. The teachers make it student centric. So that is what I'm saying, that it starts from the teachers. We talk about students, that it's okay to make mistakes, that's all right, you try again. The same philosophy is to be followed with your staff members, with your teachers. They should not be scared of making mistakes. If they are scared every day to try any new thing, they will stop trying anything. Their creativity will never come out. That culture I'm talking about, wherein your staff members are in sync with your philosophy, your vision and mission of the school. They know the ultimate goal, but they know that the ultimate goal we can reach, but we can reach in our own way, by our own way, how we work. And every mind is unique, every person is unique, every child is unique, so are the teachers. They all have their different ways to connect with the students. So connection is very very important, and everyone has to be available, right from school leaders to everybody. You
Right.
need to be available, and you need to be there for your people. So that
Absolutely.
is what I
So
meant when I spoke about the connections and the mutual understanding.
So it's like, it's like building a team rather than, just leading the team, being the part of the
Yes.
team and letting everyone express themselves through their creativity. And so, my dear school leaders, I'm sure one thing is very clear that we cannot compartmentalize the role of school principals. We can't work in silos. You have to be on the ground working with the teachers and
Yes.
interacting with them, interacting with the students and understanding their behavior so that you can ensure that the vision of the school has been carried along in the right direction. So, ma'am, on the same lines, there is one more question that we would like to ask you here. When we were students, I'm sure this you must have also experienced. We all were very scared of going even near to the principal. We were, principal ma'am, oh my God, it was like who is being called, and if someone has been called in the principal office, entire school would talk about this child is gone today. So, that now the things have changed. Now we see a very, open door kind of a policy. But given the fact that some strictness, some discipline needs to be there so that our children, get better life ahead. So, what are your thoughts, in striking a right balance between the strictness and the friendly atmosphere in the school?
That again is something very very natural to come into a school which is very clear with its policies, with its rules. Students will never go by rules, they will go by the culture of the school. See, the problem happens wherein you are talking about discipline and being scared of the principal. Of course, I come from the same school wherein we were very very scared. Um, Forget about going to the principal's cabin. Even if we see our principal coming far behind, I mean, we'll hide somewhere or we'll just change our route, and we won't like to come in front of the principal. And of course, now the things have changed, and even as you spoke about creating a balance of discipline and a happy culture, or a very healthy environment around. I think it gets imbibed somehow, uh, because children will not follow what you are telling them to do, or the rules, but of course they will do anything with wholehearted mindset, if they connect with the school as a whole. And children don't need to be scared of the principal or the teachers, and I'm sure these days they are not.
Not.
But they have to have they have to have the respect, and that respect is mutual. If I expect my children to respect me, that respect has to be mutual. We say they are just kids. They are not just kids, they are human beings. So if they know that this school takes care of me, this staff member takes care of me, this teacher is concerned about me, they would do, come what may not, to make sure that they make us proud in their behavior. And it's very important. So discipline is to be inculcated, and it doesn't come from one person. And I also strongly believe that it takes the whole village to raise a child. It takes the whole community to raise a child. So it has to do with the involvement of the parents as well. uh, a lot of orientations, a lot of guidance to the students, tell them where they go wrong, and make them realize, without insulting an individual child, to make them realize that where they went wrong, and to connect with them, that I'll be very proud if you prove me wrong and do the right thing, because everybody is saying that you're on the wrong track. So that is how I think, if you connect with the student, nothing becomes difficult. Yeah.
So one thing is very simple and clear. If you want children to perform in a certain manner, then set an example, be a role model in front of them. And when you create, as ma'am rightly said, they understand and they do it wholeheartedly when they get same kind of empathy towards them also. So we need to respect. They are not kids, but they are human, very beautifully expressed by ma'am. So respect their identity also, respect their ideas, respect their thoughts. Many times our children can teach us so many things which we didn't even imagine could be possible there. So, ma'am, you very rightly explained about school culture, about the physical aspect of it, about nurturing the children, about imbibing the right culture in the staff members. So, on this wonderful guidance notes, we now reach to the last question of the session, which is called a rapid fire round. It's a very fun-paced round. So, you need to answer me in one word or a single sentence. So, we'll be asking some personal questions also, some professional life questions also. So, we will start with the very first question about knowing that what is the first thing you grab for in the morning?
Green tea.
Green tea. All right. Okay. Who is your biggest inspiration in your life?
My mom and dad.
Okay. What is your one personality trait that you simply don't have time for?
I think I have enough time for myself. So yeah.
So, is there any part of your hobby or any talent that you have, but you don't find time now to nurture that?
I try to take enough time for myself. That is also a message for everybody, that 24 hours, at least half an hour, 1 hour, you have to give to yourself, pamper yourself. So I don't have anything which I regret on. I do what I feel like whenever I get time, or if I don't get time, I get some time out for myself.
Absolutely. So we all have 24 hours in a day. Make the most of it. Definitely spend some time with yourself and nurturing your talents, honing your skills. So moving ahead to my next question, we would like to understand activities that you do in your recreational time.
I listen to music. I am more of a WhatsApp person, or a Facebook person, or Insta person, not to post, just to see. So you'll see me doing that, or you'll see me going for long drives. That's all. Or I love reading as well at times.
All right. What is your ingredients for a perfect school? Top five ingredients.
Spirituality, happiness, love, respect, trust, truth, transparency.
Wow. Great. Most of the key ingredients that ma'am has given here, without this, a school cannot be formed. Because as she rightly says, building anyone can, make it. But to make it a school, you have to need to have these five ingredients. So moving ahead to my next question here, a piece of advice for our parents, especially for, deciding career for their children.
Let children be children. Let them explore their future themselves.
Wonderful. Moving ahead to my next question. What would be your advice for our aspiring educators?
Believe in yourself, and no matter what, do whatever you have to. If you have the right intentions, nothing to fear of.
If you were not an educator, what you would have been?
I have never thought on that. Maybe I would have been a homemaker.
Homemaker. All right. So now the last question in this segment. One key takeaway for our dear viewers?
They have to decide. I think after they hear me, they have to decide their takeaways.
Okay.
But I'll still like to say that life is too short to keep crying or to keep grudges. Live your life to the fullest. Be happy, stay happy, and spread lots and lots and lots of happiness.
Wonderful. So, to my dear viewers, this was Kanika ma'am with us on our show today. There are so many things that we learned, and if we summarize it, her journey started with an inspiration of, just keep on doing, backs where you will have some gaps in your life, but that doesn't stop you. Then she spoke about the school culture where she beautifully expressed all the aspects how you can sustainably improve your school culture and how you can keep building it. And even in rapid fire round, in very few words, she gave us so many tips. The one which I love the most was let children be children. Very, very important. These days we have overburden of children with multiple activities and multiple classes. We barely, we need to take appointment these days if the child is available or not. So please don't do that. And as ma'am mentioned, live the life to the fullest. So thank you so much, Kanika ma'am, for being here on our show. It was really, really a privilege and honor for us. And keep growing. And we would like to see and learn more from you in our coming episodes also. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. It has been an honor. Thank you.